guys so effective at the pick and roll tonight?
It's just everything we do in practice. So we've been doing that pick and roll a lot in practice, so it's just worked in the game.
Jonas, Rick talked about he's still trying to instill in you just how good you can be. Is that message sunk in again, or what's kind of the next step as that message keeps going for you?
He keeps talking to me on every once in a while, like just telling me how good I can be. So just that him believing in me, just giving me those words of encouragement is just everything to me.
Go Ben, Reese, Rob.
Jahmai, just those 2 threes before half, and then the buzzer beater. Kind of walk us through those plays, and then what was going through your mind after you made that last one. You were pretty fired up walking off the court.
It was really just if it comes to me, I'm shooting it. I think I've worked a lot on my game, especially my shooting. So it's about time that I have confidence in it and just put it into fruition on the floor. And I think that's what happened. I knew the ball was coming to me, so it's just like, just shoot it. You're gonna make it. You work on these shots. So I think that's all that went into that.
Jahmai, you talked about how you changed your shot. What kind of mechanical changes have you made, and how much more confidence do you have in your shot?
It wasn't a lot of mechanical changes. It was just make sure I get under the ball, make sure my guy hand is where it is. But it was really just all confidence. Just making sure that if you're a confident shooter and you put in the reps, it's gonna come out in the game. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And it's exactly why I'm not surprised that shots are coming in and shots are falling. Because that's what's supposed to happen. When you give to the game, it's going to give back to you.
Jonas doesn't like that talking about himself, so I'm going to ask you, did you ever think you played a game where you took 19 shots? How big of a change is that for him in his mindset?
Well, knowing Jonas for as long as I've known him, I knew he was going to be this good. Like, it's not a surprise to me that he comes in there and he goes against these bigs, and it's tough for him because Jonas has such a soft touch. He can use both his hands. He can shoot the ball. He can drive, he can back you down, and he's a great offensive rebounder. So when you have to deal with all that as a big, and you got to worry about the guards coming in, and it's tough. And, it's not a second thought that when I'm feeding Jonas the ball that I just cut to the basket, get out the way, and he's going to find a way to score. So he's been effective for us for the last couple games, and he's going to continue to be effective for us, throughout the whole season.
For both of you guys, Zakai has come out and had another great game today. I think over the past 7 games, he's really been playing a lot after the Maui. Last 4 games, he played even better. To see him and to add that extra dimension to the team, kind of getting back to that full health mode, how cool is that to see, and how much of an impact does it make on the team?
All I gotta say is he's back. I just love seeing him being confident, hitting threes, getting assists, just doing what he does. Like, just brings so much fire to the team. It just has all of us fired up.
You can tell by the way we play that we're having fun out there, and I think that's the main thing. Just knowing that he's confident and that he knows we have the confidence in him, it goes a long way for guys like him. They feed off of that. It's the same way with Jonas. We had that same mindset with him, so we're not surprised by either way. Either of them are playing on the court right now. It's really just something that they do in practice all the time. It's something that you see them in the gym working on, so it's not a surprise.
I'm going to read a Rick Barnes quote. Y'all react to it. He said, I have a hard time complimenting guys. What's your response? And Jonas, how weird is it when he has a compliment for you?
I mean, it's great to have confidence from him, but he's a hard coach sometimes. He's an old head. I wouldn't say old head. He's still young, but he's gonna get me. But I love Coach Barnes. He's always hard on us, always hard on us. He just want to push us to be the best we can.
That's probably one of the truest statements one of the truest quotes I've ever heard from Coach Barnes.
He's not the type, but that's just because he doesn't want complacency. He doesn't want you thinking that you've made it and that you've gotten somewhere where he knows you can get even farther. So you definitely, you just take it as it comes, like, the compliments, and if it's there, then you just buy into it. But just know that it's not gonna come a lot. So just knowing that you improve and knowing you're getting confident and believing in yourself and your teammates and the team and how it's built, it's going to end up coming anyway. So it comes out in the games, and we just make sure that we tell each other, we feed that confidence in each other.
Jahmai, kind of a big picture defensive question. Where do you see yourselves right now? I mean, y'all have obviously had a couple of years where y'all ranked really high statistically. I mean, y'all
y'all feel y'all are there right now? Are there things you do better than you did a year ago? Maybe not as good?
I definitely feel like we're the best defensive team in the country, for sure, without a doubt. And, you know, that's just because I practice against these guys, man. I practice against these guys, and when you have to bring the ball up, like really think of it, if you have to bring the ball up against Zakai, 94 feet, then you finally get off of Zakai and you have to meet Jonas at the rim, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And then we have wing defenders who are just long, have active hands. They can meet you at the block. They can meet you at the three-point line. They'll guard mid-range shots. You gotta try and, you know, it's just good luck when you're playing a defense like that. So obviously there's little things here and there that we want to improve on, you know, moving forward. And it's gonna happen with any defense. You know, you're not always gonna be perfect, and guys are gonna hit shots. There's good players in this conference, but just knowing that it's a headache for guys to want to get in there and try and create offense for themselves, it's tough against a defense like that. So we just keep moving forward with it.
Jonas, how annoying was that strained calf you had to deal with? Or what was the difference, I guess, in Norfolk State and tonight?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's still annoying now. It still hurts, but I'm just playing through it. But it's definitely getting better. But just having that there is just very annoying. But I'm playing through it.
It's tough.
I'm tough.
Jahmai, in your 3 years here, is this the best offense y'all have had? And if so, what separates it from the previous two?
It's really hard to compare the last two, you know, seasons that we've had as far as the offensive side, because there's stuff here and there, you know, it's different strengths. I think that we had over the past couple of years. I think from a perimeter standpoint, we've been shooting the ball a lot better, and I'm proud of that because we put in the work. So we just got to keep on being confident with the shots that we've gotten. You know, it's definitely come a long way. We've definitely come a long way from the summer to now. But over the past year, I think our offense has been good. It's just getting those sets and getting those guys who we want to shoot more and to just be more efficient. I think that's what we really improved on, is having those guys do that. And, you know, guys who've come to the plate this season, like Jonas, you know, Tobey, guys who have been effective offensively and have grown their games through, you know, Tennessee basketball behind the scenes. You're seeing it in games like this. So it makes the offense look even better when you're improving your game like that.
Jahmai, I'm sure you've guarded the pick and roll in practice. What makes it so tough as Zakai and Jonas working the pick and roll on the defensive side of the ball?
You don't know who to guard. It's you know, it's a lot easier on paper. It's just, you know, get into the ball and force it the other way, or get into the ball and block the screen. But it's so many different ways Zakai can move the ball in that pick and roll, and Jonas is really good. Tobey as well are really good at sealing your man and making sure that it's giving a lane for either Zakai to go to the basket or for Jonas to get a kick out, and you still have to deal with all the shooters. So it's definitely not easy. I'm on the sideline, you know, or on the court in the corner just looking at them two work, and, you know, it's definitely a pretty picture. So as long as you're spot up, you're ready to shoot, you know, Z is going to make something happen, and Jonas is going to make a way to get that ball in the basket.
Last question from Wes.
Jahmai, I think it was about a month ago, you said no matter what role you're asked to play, you're going to embrace it. Why is that? I mean, a lot of guys, you know, at some point, if they're not playing as much as they want to, might go somewhere else and try to get more buckets and do other things. Why have you just embraced whatever you've got in here?
Because I know myself, and I know I'm a star in my role. I know I'm a star in whatever I'm doing, and that's just me. That's the essence of Jahmai Mashack. That's how I go about things, and I want to make sure that that's a statement that I made throughout this whole time I played basketball. It's always been that way. So, you know, whatever I do to help the team win, if that's stand in the corner and play defense, that's what I'm going to do. But if that's going to the basket and scoring or shooting threes, I'm going to be adaptive for whatever we need. And that's just my motto, just being a star in my role, and that's what I'm going to do moving forward. And, you know, this is how I am and how I operate.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.